Guys, good evening, all of you. Here it is Sanjay Bharadwaj, Director Bharadwaj IAS Study Forum, Mukherjee Nagar. So here I've been associated with Mobishala, and my lectures of UPSC and BPSC are available on Mobishala app. You can register yourself. So guys, here we are going to discuss the mains paper, UPSC mains paper. It is 2018. Until now we have discussed the 3 questions of the history. Now it is the next question number 4. But here the number is 11, question number 11th. So here we can proceed like this. So first try to understand the language of question. The Bhakti movement received a remarkable reorientation with the advent of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Remarkable reorientation. It means how it got revived, how it got revitalized. I think you are well aware the Bhakti movement can be called as the second Renaissance in the history of India. Because UPSC always try to search out how wisely you are putting the new words in your answers. So guys, traditionally we believe India has only one Renaissance, that is 19th century Renaissance of Ram Mohan. But keep in your mind, Renaissance is an awakening. So why we should say like this, that the 19th century is the only Renaissance? We can say like this, that the history of India is very unique. Indian culture is very dynamic. Whenever it faced any crisis or breakdown, it had witnessed the Renaissance. Like in the first century, first Renaissance appeared in the 6th century BC, when the iron technology had given birth to liberalism, market economy, and urbanization. There we also witnessed a breakdown. There was a clash in the socio-cultural fabric with the economic fabric. There the thoughts was triggered by the Buddha and Mahavira. So guys, we can say like this, the Bhakti movement of the 15th century can be called as the second Renaissance in the history of India. See how we'll proceed here. The question is regarding Bhakti movement. Bhakti means devotion to the Almighty, ultimate devotion. The Bhakti movement received a remarkable reorientation with the advent of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. You have to discuss around 250 words. So guys, in the first para, in the introduction, try to put this line, it is very interesting, that this Bhakti movement of medieval India can be categorized as second Renaissance. Second Renaissance in the history of India. In history of India. Why this Renaissance has triggered? Because India got governed by a newly born an infant minority Islamic state. So this infant minority state was going to govern majority, hence society was facing some breakdown. Because beside political encroachment, socio-cultural encroachment was going on. Hence, India witnessed a Bhakti movement which was going at a pan-Indian level, and the purpose was communal harmony and brotherhood, so that the Indian society or Indian culture can withstand with the new revival energy without any breakdown. The Bhakti movement in the first para we can say can be called as second Renaissance. It got triggered in the 13th century with the advent of the birth of the infant Islamic state. So in the first introduction you can put this point. It was the infant minority state where India was witnessing a breakdown, socio-cultural conflict was going on, political conflict was going on. Hence, thinkers of India from the northwest, from Bengal, from Deccan, from UP, from North India, so this Renaissance, this Bhakti movement was we can also put this character, it was pan-India. It was going at a pan-Indian level. And the motive was twofold, It was revivalist you can say. It was having some character of reactionary element also. And thirdly, unity and brotherhood, communal harmony. And so in the first para, try to put the point to explain the meaning of this Bhakti movement. That can be called as Renaissance, which character was revivalist, reactionary, and harmony and brotherhood, because the background is a minority Islamic state was going to govern majority. And why the Bhakti element was promoted? Because Bhakti is easily accessible to all. It is easily comprehensible to all, irrespective of your caste and status. The thinkers of 13th century, Kabir, Nanak, Chaitanya, Ramanand, Mirabai, all, these thinkers, they are trying to promote the message of Bhakti. Because Indian society was feeling very pessimist, was experiencing pessimism due to the birth of this infant minority state. So finally, society was expressing all this pessimism, and to revive the Indian culture, to secure it, to strengthen its roots, simultaneously to promote the message of brotherhood and harmony, the thinkers are asking the Indians to devote themselves, ultimate devotion to the Almighty. So guys, the Bhakti, in the first para, try to categorize the meaning of Bhakti and the Renaissance. We can call it as a second Renaissance. And why Bhakti? Because Bhakti is a very simple to assess. The term is very simple. It is equally comfortable for all members, whether you are learned or you are not learned. In the first para, we have expressed the same introduction. And now we come to the next para number 2. In para number 2, we can, in the main body of the answer, what should be the main body? In the main body of the answer, you have to identify how Chaitanya contributed, how remarkably he contributed in giving a new direction or in revitalizing Bhakti movement. So here we can identify the contribution like this. Firstly, in the field of how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is unique in the way, firstly, he is making Bhakti movement equally accessible to all members irrespective of your caste, gender or community. Although he was a Brahmin by caste, he had taken birth in a Brahmin family of Navdeep, that is Nadia in Bengal. Guys, being a Brahmin, he denounced the caste system. In social reform, we can say he had denounced the caste system because he believed that caste system is a barrier. He is trying to widen the horizon of Indian outlook, because we were experiencing a new minority state governing the majority. So he is trying to shape your mindset. It can be only shaped when you are free from the orthodoxy, realities of the caste system. That is why he denounced the caste system. That is, he made Bhakti as accessible to all, irrespective of your caste. Second, about the woman emancipation also. He allowed the women to enter inside the Bhakti order, which was really a praiseworthy attempt made by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The members of lower castes, women members. Thirdly, he had also criticized the supremacy of the priestly class. Supremacy of the priestly class, along with this complexities of the rituals and superstitions. So guys, in the main body of the answer, we have to put this point. He had contributed a lot in social emancipation by all these efforts. Secondly, we can say how he gave a new direction to the Bhakti movement. He introduced a new cult, Radha Krishna cult. That is Ras Leela, which is a great contribution to the Indian philosophy. Because society was experiencing some pessimism. It is only possible that they can be revived, they can have optimism by promoting this cult, the cult of Radha Krishna, that is Ras Leela, foremost contribution of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Thirdly, he had established the Mutt, which is called as Gaudiya Mutt. Gaudiya Mutt, by which he had deepened the roots of Bhakti movement. He had given a sound base to the Bhakti movement. Mutt means a stable order where the members of all castes were allowed. Fourthly, he had introduced a new element in Bhakti movement, which can be called as, that is, group singing. By this, he had revitalized the fabric of Bhakti movement. Kirtan means, group singing, musical chanting, so that you can have a feel of Krishna. You can realize that Krishna is inside your soul. So guys, in this way, he had contributed immensely in strengthening the base of Bhakti movement. And lastly, we can say, he had also contributed in promotion of vernacular literatures, especially Bengali, Oriya, and others. And in the third para, that is in the conclusion, in the third, so here you can make only three, answers may should have three para. In the third, we can say conclusion, maybe we can summarize what his contribution. So Chaitanya was a remarkable sant, he was a genius, he was a versatile saint who had contributed immensely in the Bhakti movement by social emancipation and strengthening the roots of Bhakti movement by introducing the elements of tolerance, brotherhood, truth and non-violence. And thereby, he had made the Bhakti movement popular at a grassroots level. This is the foremost answer. Okay guys, this answer is complete now. Now we are moving towards the next question of the history segment.